Hello everybody, it's time for Off the Ledge on this Memorial Day weekend. Yes, we're already almost halfway into the year. What an adventure. It's one way of looking at it. But I do want to say this. I mean, a while ago I saw an article, I was reading an article, it was a long time ago, that mentioned that usually in human history, there's some kind of great challenge that's happening that people have to rise up and push back against. There's always been wars. There have always been times that have been extremely challenging. And that the past, maybe, I don't know, since like the 70s, 60s, 70s, the past few decades have been relatively calm. And it was cited in this article that that's a very unusual circumstance in terms of the timeline of human history. And so I want to offer you this, that we are in a time that we have to fight like hell to stay free and to stay prosperous and to stay peaceful. That is something that we probably, if we shift our perspective, maybe ought to just expect. Because to have decades of peace, relative peace, like we've had in America, relative peace, is kind of an anomaly. So we're in a time where we truly do have to, I think, get our perspective. When we stop as a collective America treating what's going on as though it's an imposition, then we're in a little bit of a zone of, we're kind of in trouble there, because in a healthy way of looking at things, we could look at it as, okay, it's our time in history to shine. It's our time in history to defend home of the free because of the brave, as it says behind me. It's our time in history to think about, I remember Tim Kaine on the House floor kind of recently was saying the last line of our Star-Spangled Banner, the end of it says, "Oh, say shall that star-spangled banner yet wave?" It's a question. Or the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm getting chill bumps saying this. This is weird. It was a question. I don't know what that was. Is there somebody patriotic of spirit in the room? Oh, say shall that star-spangled banner yet wave, or the land of the free and the home of the brave? It's a question, and we're the answer to that question. So I know that we've been rattled and shaken and discouraged and all those normal human emotions. Of course, we're all in that place. But I just today wanted to offer that perspective. We have been very, very privileged to live in a time of relative peacefulness in the United States of America. And now we've entered into a time where we absolutely have to fight back. Because, I didn't realize this had fallen, we love our Constitution. Let's read Ernest Holmes. Let me grab Ernest. I hope you're having a good day so far. I'll come back later, probably tonight, with a pop-up, PNN pop-up. So please join me for that. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and share. If these videos are helpful, could be helpful to somebody else too. Today we have Neptune in Aries this evening. I'm just looking at the time on my calendar. Big switch. It's like going from dreaming about what you're manifesting to actually going for it and doing it. So Ernest Holmes says, for today, create in us clean hearts, O God, and renew a right spirit within us. I like that. From the book of Psalms. We have within ourselves, as we sit here, the sense that though our bodies are real, tangible, with definite form and outline, they are at the same time somehow made of a living stuff that is saturated with God life. We know that whatever the stuff is of which our bodies are made, though it is called material, they must really be made of the one stuff and essence of which all things are made. Therefore we sense within the very cells and tissues of our bodies an eternality, like eternity. As we relax our bodies consciously and definitely, which we are able to do by mentally relaxing and dropping all strain, we feel flowing through us a vital energy, a dynamic force, a great surge of living power. The spirit within us refreshes us daily. Right here and now, we feel saturated with the life essence itself. And we feel the same life essence flowing in and through us. We feel immersed in and saturated by a vital essence of perfection that brings us into tune with life. We feel ourselves to be a perfect instrument, to be perfect instruments of life's divine symphony, in tune with its harmony and perfection. Our bodies are instruments in, through, and upon which life plays a divine and perfect harmony, and so it is. So let us take this moment in history that we're in as a time where we see what we're made of, because we don't know until we're tested what we're made of. We don't figure out how far we can go and how successful we can be in our quest to make this world a more happy, joyful, peaceful place until we're tested. There's, we don't know where the boundaries are until we test them. Let's listen to Kathy Beale today. Our astrology report. But before we do that, I think I promised last night I would redo this. So let me do that first. This is a message that I channeled after watching Rick Steves' video, Nazism in Europe, and I posted that on my community post page if you want to link to it. But if you just type it into YouTube too, you can find it. Really important to watch that from my perspective. So I wrote this. I see that in 1930s Germany, Nazism rose because Hitler attracted millions upon millions of people to rise up in unison for hatred and division and violence. That kind of a movement requires that many people to give it the fuel to mobilize great evil. But when the evil is starved of enough participants, as it is in this moment in the United States, though evil nips at the heels of goodness, it cannot overtake it. It is like the concept of the greased pig, too slippery to get a grip on. Eventually, the evil is starved of enough attention and energy that it needs as fuel to escalate and overpower an entire populace. Fear not, there are not enough people mired in vitriolic hatred and murderous intent to overpower the good. Seek to do good everywhere. Plant seeds of great kindness wherever you go, and the evil will be deprived enough to eventually be starved to death. Love is the greatest power in the universe. When we generate more and more and more love, hatred and evil are obliterated, reduced to a speck that can only gain power with enough hatred to feed it. Love always wins. It is universal law. Be one with love and all will be well. There it is. I'd read that before, but I felt like it was worth reading again. And here's Kathy for today.
This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for May 24th, 2025. This is a huge, huge day. Great for dropping a habit, for reinventing yourself. Interesting, startling news, new ways of thinking could help break you out of an internal prison. And we get new big kid pants today. A different type. Saturn enters Aries for the first time since the late 1990s. And we now begin to master the raw creativity that has been at our disposal since the end of March. That's all for now.
So Saturn in Aries and Neptune in Aries. That's some pretty big energy. So the astrology supports actually what I just said. It's always amazing to me how much I say something and then I listen to what Kathy said for the day, which I never listen to ahead of time. And it's in total alignment. I've kind of always been like that when it comes to astrology. Maybe you have too. The Osho cards for today. To book a session with me, please go to psychicannetdion.com and please be aware that you help me so much when you book readings and when you become a member of the channel and when you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate you, all of you, no matter what level you can contribute, even if it's just participation. 3 cards. I have plenty of room in my schedule for readings. The dream. I was just talking about Neptune having been in Pisces, now in Aries. In Pisces, we were thinking about what we wanted, and now our compass is morality, and we're coming together more and more in love. Send your Democratic representatives love and send the people in Congress that are, I can't call them Republicans, that have been fans of Dumpy. Send them lots of energy that they do the right thing and they choose to stand on the right side of history. And I've heard again and again that the more you call your representatives, I know it's a weekend, but you can still call and leave messages. All those calls are logged. And it does make a difference how many people are rising up. It does move the needle. So we're going from the dream of what we want to see manifest, and we're moving into a stronger sense of morality, and we're moving into a time of more love amongst one another, and love heals everything. And as I said earlier, love is the greatest force in all the universe. That's what I have for you today. Enjoy the day, and if you ever need to reach me, you can do that through my website, psychicannetdion.com. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.